For the Muskies, there are a lot of veterans on this team that's ready to compete tonight. And then for our opponents in Otterbein, they're all pretty young. Most of them are freshmen. Only one senior is competing tonight. So thank you for joining us here at the ANSI Steel Center. Oh, coming to you live on our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV, and on our radio, WMCO 90.7. I'm Andrew Dunlap, along with Michael Pagano. Looking forward to our first wrestling match of the semester, and looks to be our only until January. But Michael, what do you think about today's contest so far?
I'm going to be excited to see the matchup tonight. I know the Muskies are a very experienced team, and I know they've been getting better as the years have gone by, so I'm excited to see if they can compete with a team like Otterbein, who is pretty solid, and I know they've beaten the Muskies the last few years, so I'm excited to see if the Muskies can finally pull through and beat the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Muskies have slowly gotten better and better over the years, thanks to the coaching wisdom of Zach Miser, the fourth year head coach for the Muskies, from a team that's barely been able to get an individual win 4 years ago to a team that's only going that could get on his best day an entire team a win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like you said, 4 years ago, they weren't even really getting enough people to wrestle in general. There was a lot of forfeits in a lot of different weight classes, but now most of the weight classes are filled, and it's going to be exciting to see because they have a lot of talent, guys like Jordan Burkholder, Tanner Walker, Toby Warrington. So it's going to be exciting to see if those guys are going to be able to lead the team tonight and potentially get the team a win.
And then we also look at the battle of age versus youth, talent versus experience, as we are dealing with an Otterbein Cardinal squad that's most of them that's going to be competing tonight are sophomores and freshmen. Only one senior that's going to be competing tonight in the 174 weight class against what looks to be Tanner Walker. And so, other than that, it's going to be a tough battle, I think, for the Cardinals. What's your thought on that?
On Tanner Walker?
No, I just mean in general,
Oh,
freshmen,
in general.
upperclassmen versus
Yeah. So definitely it's going to be interesting to see because obviously freshmen don't have a ton of experience. They just had their first match probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then they're facing guys that have been wrestling in college for 3, maybe 4 years. And it's going to be interesting to see if like we mentioned a little bit earlier, if experience can beat inexperience pretty much.
And then we also have, I'm just, all right, if we're going to bring it up, I might as well just ask you now about Tanner Walker.
Yeah, so Tanner Walker looks like he will be facing off against Willie Plaisir or did we mention, who did we say? I forget who we said he was going to be wrestling against.
Kevin, you're
okay.
Worjiz.
Okay, so the one senior on the team, it is going to be the battle of the upperclassmen. And honestly, we will see what happens, but I would not be surprised to see Tanner Walker come out with the win tonight because he is a very experienced wrestler, and I'm going to be excited to see what happens.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. But when we return, we will have more players on Keys to Victory here tonight. You're listening on WMCO 90.7 and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Hello all, and thank you for joining us again here at the NC Steel Center. We got players lining up and about getting their warm-ups finished and ready to go. And now we're going to be talking a little bit about the biggest matchups we're expecting tonight. We already pointed out the Kevin Worjiz versus Tanner Walker matchup. Who else could stand out as one of the biggest matchup for tonight?
All right, so it looks like Jordan Burkholder, we already mentioned him a little bit, but Jordan Burkholder against Jackson Lasco is going to be a big matchup tonight. Mostly all of the big, what I would say the big 3 or 4 for the Fighting Muskies, and those big 3 or 4 being Jordan Burkholder, Slade Stiles, Toby Warrington, and Tanner Walker. To me, if at least 2 of those guys can pick up some sort of a victory for the Fighting Muskies, whether it be a pin, whether it be a technical fall, whether it be whatever, as long as they can pick up some sort of a win for the Fighting Muskies, I think they do have a chance to win tonight. But if those guys go down, it's going to be tough for the less experienced guys on the team to step up and win for the Fighting Muskies tonight.
Yeah, I'm also looking at the big man battle at the 285 weight class. Cody Jenkins going head to head with Nate Temple of Otterbein. Mostly it's because we get to see what a freshman, the only freshman that's wrestling for tonight, can really bring to the table in his first home meet again here tonight. And it also gives us a taste of what he's going to be like in the next 4 years.
Yeah, it definitely will. Quite the crowd has actually started to come out tonight. Obviously not a ton of people here, but there are quite a few people here for the first matchup of the year for the Fighting Muskies and the Otterbein Cardinals. But like you said, Cody Jenkins and Nate Temple will be the heavyweights of the night tonight, so it'll be interesting to see who is able to come out with the victory tonight, as Nate Temple is a sophomore and Cody Jenkins is a Cody Jenkins is a freshman. So battle of the underclassmen is going to be an interesting matchup. And like you said, hopefully Cody Jenkins is able to get his career start in the NC Steel Center off on the right foot.
Now, since we still have a bit of time, I want to bring up a little bit. We talked about, you mentioned a little bit earlier. We're going to have a battle of transfer students here tonight on campus. Slade Stiles representing Muskingum that transferred all the way from Nevada, and we got San Antonio with Disapato transferring from another school in Ohio.
Yeah, so it looks like Santino Disabato, he looks like he came from Notre Dame College, which is a Division II school. So obviously, like you said, it is another school in Ohio. So it's going to be interesting to see who is able to win the, quote, battle of the transfers, as that looks like that will be the second matchup, matchup of the night at the 133-pound weight class.
And we got more action coming your way. Now, what would you say? What would you say as Coach Miser to get this veteran squad ready to take on this young group?
I would say just go out there and have fun. I mean, it's the first matchup of the year at the NC Steel Center. You might as well have fun with it. In my opinion, it is a beatable team. We'll see once we get out there, but I don't think Otterbein's like too dominant. Doesn't look like. They obviously have 3 match wins, and then they also have 2 match losses. And then one unfortunate thing for the Fighting Muskies going into tonight is the team that the Fighting Muskies lost to in Lord's University, which is an NAIA school. The Otterbein Cardinals were able to beat them 40-9. So it's going to be interesting to see if that has any correlation in tonight's match.
And now with that, we're going to take one final break. But when we return, we will have wrestling action ready for you. You're tuned into Muskingum Wrestling, only here on WMCO 90.7, Orbit Television, and our YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Thank you all for listening to that. That was our Star Spangled Banner, the Star Spangled Banner playing here at the NC Steel Center. Now it looks like we're ready to go, and we got the players all lined up and ready for our matchup.
Yeah, we're just doing the quick introductions here as we get ready to go.
For the Muskies, from top to bottom, it will be Jordan Burkholder, Slade Stiles, Sammy Suthers, Toby Warrington, Michael Kasuba, Tanner Walker, Griffin Cooley, and Cody Jenkins, all competing for the Muskies. And then for Otterbein, we're from top to bottom, we're going to go with Jackson Lasco, David Staton. We also have Santonio Disapato. And then we're going to go to Jack Vaughn, and then to Denver Avila, and then Willie Hessler, then Kevin Riggins, and finally Nate Temple. Okay. Matchup. And now as we introduce our starters, the starters for each team, we're reminded yet again that the Muskies are going to be playing a man short tonight, as we got one wrestler that's not going to be one weight class that's not going to be competing tonight, and that's the 197. We was unable to fill that, so we're going to have one automatic forfeit that will go into effect later in the show tonight.
So that I believe that will be a 6-point forfeit for the Fighting Muskies, so that will at least give the Cardinals 6 points right off the bat.
But they won't award them the 6 points until the match officially happens. Until then, they're gonna start off with what looks to be either a JV matchup or they're going. Yep, it's a JV matchup, and as we got two wrestlers going up for a little warm-up match before everything officially starts.
So who is in the JV matchup now that we say that? Trying to figure that out.
Now, both sides are trying to figure out who. It looks like they're both trying to figure out who's going in.
No, it looks like Jordan Burkholder will be starting, so it does not look like there is a JV matchup for now. It will be.
Oh, it looks like it's an automatic forfeit in the first matchup. That's unfortunate for them, but the Muskies pick up the first win.
So they get the first 6 points of the match, but it will be Slade Stiles now going up against Santino Disapato.
Now Disapato is trying to get Stiles down by grabbing his leg, but but Stiles is pinning him down. Oh, now we got a rollover, and it looks like Stiles is keeping Disapato grounded.
Yeah,
and it looks like a total of 4 points have been awarded to Stiles for an excellent job of keeping Disapato grounded. And now the referees call the separation, and now we got it. Stiles going top and Disapato going bottom. And now they're sprawling, and as Disapato's getting pinned, looks like he gets pinned down to the ground, and referee's going to give him another 4 points on an excellent work there.
Yeah, Stiles is doing a very good job of keeping Disapato from escaping the bottom.
And now he's going to looks like he's going to award him another 2 points with another success, completely grounding Disapato here. Definitely an excellent showing for Stiles. And there was a bit of a roll around, but that doesn't stop Stiles as he maintains top control. As another 2 points is rewarded. Now it's 12 12-0 in favor of Stiles. And we're still only in the first period. And it looks like maybe they're trying to roll. He's trying to roll Stiles over to his back. And it looks like it's a pin. And with the pin, Stiles picks up the impressive win.
Yeah, that was a very impressive win. Stiles really dominated that whole entire matchup, and that is a big pin for the Fighting Muskies. That now puts them up 12-0 after the first two matches.
And now we go on to our 141 weight class. Sammy Suthers taking on what looks to be Jack Vaughn, maybe?
Yeah, not quite sure because they do not have a 141 weight class, but we were trying to figure this out earlier. We believe it is probably going to be Jake Vaughn right now.
Yeah.
He probably is going to just wrestle one weight class down. That makes the most sense.
And they're both pushed push each other out of bounds, and now they got to restart in the middle. Now they got to tie up while standing. Looks like Vaughn's trying to push Suthers out of bounds, but Suthers goes for the legs. And Vaughn is not letting him get his way as he brings him back to her feet, tie up. Suthers looks like he might end up pushing him out of bounds. And they both end up walking out of bounds, but the referee hasn't called a stop. There it is. No one scored early on in this matchup, unlike the last two. And then now is there's the tie-up again, trying to establish early dominance in this matchup. Vaughn tries diving for the legs of Suthers, but he's not letting them get that. They both continue to tie each other up as they're both being forced out of bounds. No, they're not. They're just walking around the red line, red out of bounds line. And now Vaughn dives for the legs and was able to bring Suthers down, but no points been awarded. They both go out of bounds, and the referee calls them back again. They both get tied up in the middle again. Vaughn is looking to try to push Suthers out of bounds again. And looks like Suthers is going to put Stiles in trouble, Vaughn in trouble. And it looks like some points are about to be awarded. Nope, it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it's really
I don't know what the referee signaled to the scoreboard, and it doesn't look like anyone scored any points. But they're going to tie each other up again. 1 minute with just over a minute left in the first period. Just under a minute. Vaughn is looking to push Suthers out again. And now Suthers is trying to reverse it, and they're both going to get thrown out of bounds. 39 seconds left to go in the first period. Score still 0-all. Definitely a slow start to this matchup, but it could show how evenly matched these two are early on. As Vaughn tries to go for the legs of Suthers, but he's blocking him. Vaughn is still trying tenaciously, but he ends up pushing him out of bounds. Now we got to tie up again. Looks like no control yet. As Suthers looks like he's about to get pushed out of bounds again. And that's the horn, and the first period draws to a close. And that score still tied for each individual. And but the Muskies, overall wise, take the lead to have the 12-0 lead overall in this whole meet. And it looks like to start off the second period, it looks like it's going to be Suthers controlling on top, and Vaughn on bottom. And Vaughn is trying his best to power him up, but Suthers is completely putting all his weight on Vaughn's back, keeping him from getting to his feet. But he was still able to score a point for getting to his feet, even for a second. They're both thrown out of bounds, and that referee's going to call for a restart. And because he wasn't fully able to escape, Vaughn is still going to be on bottom, and Suthers is still going to be on top.
And it's definitely a very evenly matched matchup here, as it is, like you said, it's only 1-0 right now in favor of Vaughn. So it is going to be interesting to see how Suthers is able to come back from that 1 point.
Suthers is still trying to put all his weight on Vaughn to keep him from going up, but Vaughn still was able to spring out and get on top of Suthers from out of nowhere. And because of that, he was able to be awarded 2 points. Excellent showing for Vaughn on that one as he maintains dominance now on top against Suthers. Roles have been reversed this time now, and with less than a minute to go, you wonder how Suthers is going to get out of this. Looks like Vaughn is trying to tie up the arms and try to roll him over for the pin. And trying to get him over, flip him over on his right side. No, his left side. Trying to use his weight to flip over Suthers, but he's not letting them get away with it. Suthers is struggling to find any good positioning to escape the control here.
And that's the end of the period too.
And with that, we go into our third and final period, where the score is 3-0 in favor of Vaughn, and it looks like it's going to start out even here, on even footing. They're both tying each other up. Now look, and Vaughn looks like he's going to try to push Suthers out of bounds. He's got him by the leg. So Suthers trying to escape now. Referee called for 2 points in favor of Vaughn, for the excellent takedown of Suthers, as he was able to eventually bring him down. And now Vaughn has taken control and looking to try to flip over Suthers, but they both ended up out of bounds. And now they both meet in the middle again. So this time Vaughn on top and Suthers on top. And now we got the tie up here. As Vaughn is trying to grab his arm and flip him over. And it looks like he's halfway there, but still no luck. He's completely got him tied up now. Trying to find Suthers. Looks like he can't. All he can do at this point is defend against Vaughn again, and his attempts on trying to flip him. Meanwhile, the referee also awarded another point, giving him 6 points. But wait, Suthers as soon as I start talking about Vaughn getting points, Suthers finally gets to his feet and is awarded a point for the excellent escape. And now they're both tying each other up as they meet in the middle again. Vaughn trying to go for the leg of Suthers. But in his attempts, he ends up pushing Suthers out of bounds again. Once again, it's we only have we have 1 minute 18 seconds left to go in this matchup.
No, it's actually, I think it's 8 seconds because they are having a trouble with the scoreboard. So it's only about 8 seconds. So it looks like, right now at least, it looks like Vaughn's going to be able to pick up the victory in this matchup. And with that victory, that would be, looks like it'd be only a win by decision.
And then the tie up here. As the clock runs out and the Muskies fall the first time tonight as Vaughn picks up the first win.
So we will see. Yeah, so 3 points. So he
Good.
won by decision and he got 3 points. So it is now 12-3 in favor of the Fighting Muskies.
And now it is Toby Warrington going head to head in the next matchup.
It looks like it'll be Toby Warrington and who will it be? That is the question. As Warrington's
got him in a tie-up. And now Warrington finds himself in some good, an even matchup already. Now, both Warrington and his opponent have just been an even tie-up. Looks like they've been barely touching each other. Although when they either are tied up or just circling around each other, there's not much action to commentate at the moment. And now Warrington is trying to circle around his opponent here. And again, the tie-up. And you know they go back to tying each other up again.
But yeah, like you said, there's really not a lot going on right now. As there's only 50 seconds left to go in this first period. There has still not been any points awarded so far, as both men are really just trying to gain advantage, really. And, they finally got a takedown. As I believe we were wrong on the last match. I believe it was Vaughn was the one that...
If that's the case, then it would be Denver
No, I believe it's still Vaughn. I believe it's Vaughn the whole time. I think we were just completely... I just think we were wrong on the last match. Which would have meant the last match that Sammy Suthers was wrestling, he would have been wrestling against David Staten. That's the only way it would have made sense, really.
Okay.
So as Vaughn is on top of Warrington right now, and he is trying, but Warrington was able to get up. And there's only 3 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, Vaughn is trying to power down Warrington, but at the buzzer, he's able to escape. After Vaughn took a 2-point lead against Warrington, the referee might signal for a point in favor of Warrington.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because he was able to get up from the takedown. I thought he'd be awarded a point, but he is not yet awarded a point.
But it looks like Warrington is going to go on get on all floors and take the bottom roll to start the second period, as his opponent Vaughn will stay on top. Vaughn is trying to put all of his weight on Warrington, but he's able to power up and get to his feet. And he's about to escape, and there it is. A quick escape for Toby Warrington to being able to power his way back to his feet and get the tie up, get Vaughn to get off him.
And that will be a point for Warrington for that escape.
And now it's a tie-up between both Vaughn and Warrington. And then it's an even matchup here as Warrington looks to try to go for the legs. Vaughn is not letting them get there. Vaughn's getting lower and trying to go for the legs. Maybe Vaughn's trying to flip. Maybe Warrington's trying to flip Vaughn in this position.
Yeah, he's trying to get him down, but he's not able to do so right now, as Vaughn's really just powering him up, and they're almost out of bounds, just about, and now they will be.
And Warrington almost pushed Vaughn into his own bench. Almost completely in there. And now we continue where they left off. Only 30 seconds to go in the second period. This one's even closer than the last matchup.
Yeah, but there's still a full period to go if need be, which will probably need to be.
And Vaughn is able to got Warrington by the leg. And now Warrington's only on one leg at the moment. Vaughn's trying to take down Warrington, and he does. Vaughn now is in control of Warrington as he's awarded 2 points for the takedown. And the end of the second period as Vaughn ends that period on a high note with the takedown on Warrington.
So this is a big period for Warrington here, as he's going to have to try and make up the 3 points that he is down by.
Looks like they're going to start off even in this matchup for the third period. And no one's tied up yet, but Warrington's going for the leg, and Vaughn's going to counter. Warrington quickly tries to escape, but now that Vaughn's got him by the leg, Warrington's trying to make the counter. Vaughn is picking up Warrington, but no, he ends up getting taken down. And Vaughn's trying to roll over Warrington, and he does. He finally gets. Warrington finally goes down as 2 points is awarded to Vaughn, 6-1. Warrington's trying to go for escape here, but Vaughn has got him tied up by the legs, making it difficult for him to get back to his feet. 1 minute to go, and Vaughn looks to be in complete control of the matchup here. It looks like Warrington's trying to use every ounce of his strength to crawl out of bounds. And Vaughn was trying to keep them in by keeping one hand in the out of bounds, but the referee eventually calls a stop. Now they're both meeting in the middle. Hopefully, Warrington's hoping he could get better positioning as he tries to get back to his feet, and he does. And a quick escape against Vaughn here. Now it gives Warrington a point. Now it's 6-2 as they're both tied up again. 30 seconds to go. it might be make or break time for Warrington as he goes straight for the legs and trying to get the takedown, and he does. 2 points awarded for the takedown. And now he's got 10 seconds to try to flip him or something. And he looks like he might do it. But wait, the time is just ends. And Warrington on the last-ditch effort in that final showdown almost came from behind and picked up the win, stole the win from Vaughn. But in the end, Vaughn solidifies his victory.
Yeah, that was a good showing by Warrington to really try and come back as best he could. But in the end, Vaughn was able to pick up the decision victory and make it a 12-6 match now as we move on to the 157 weight class with Michael Kasuba, and he will be facing off against, let's see, it looks like it'll be Willie Plaisir, or either Willie Plaisir or Denver Avila, one of the two.
And now, looks like Kasuba is tied up again with his opponent. He's going to get thrown out of bounds. Now they're going to restart in the middle. And Kasuba is being taken down. And Kasuba finds himself in some trouble here early on, as it's a 2-point lead in favor of Kasuba's opponent. Whether it be Avila or Plaisir, it's still clear that they hold the 2-point lead against Kasuba. Looks like Kasuba's got to his knees and looks like he's trying to power his way up back to his feet. And with that, he's finally got to his feet and got the escape point. Both men continue go on the tie-up. They quickly separate. Now Kasuba goes for the tie-up again. Kasuba goes for the leg and he's going to try to take down his opponent, but it might have worked against him. No, wait, it might have worked in favor of him. Correction, as he was able to lift his opponent up by the leg and is about to try to flip him over for the takedown. And he gets the points. He gets the 2 points for the takedown. And now both men go out of bounds. And Kasuba, who comes from behind 2-0 to take the 3-2 lead. And now they start up back in the middle again as Kasuba's got a tie up and is looking to try to get underneath his opponent, get control of his opponent, keeping him grounded. He's currently struggling, trying to find his feet. We've confirmed that it's Denver Avila that's Kasuba facing. And Avila has gotten to his feet and put the takedown on Kasuba from out of nowhere. 2 points quickly goes back in favor of Avila. 4-3 is our score here at the NC Steel Center. You're listening to Men's Wrestling here on the Orbit 90.7 and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV. And as I'm Andrew Dunlap alongside Michael Pagano, we got, as our first period comes to a close, and a come from behind finish sees a 6-point lead in favor of Avila. A 6-3 lead in favor for Avila. But to start off this round, Avila was on bottom, and and Kasuba was on top, but a quick escape point for Avila gets him the 7-3 lead. And now they're both men are circling around each other, occasionally tying each other up. Looking to try to gain control here in the second period of this 157 weight class matchup. And Avila goes for the takedown on Kasuba and gets the two. Looks like he's going to get 2 points for that. Yes, he does. It's 9-3 now, as Kasuba finds himself in trouble yet again. Looks like Kasuba was able to get to his knees. No, wait, Kashuba's gotten flipped over, and the referee going to try to signal to see if it's a pin or not. Was he able to get his shoulders down for a 4 count? And he was, and it's over. Kasuba is going to be defeated in the second matchup of the second loss for the Muskies tonight.
Yeah, and Kasuba is definitely not happy about that. He's very upset as he runs right off the court into the locker room. You can definitely tell he's very upset with himself after that match, but that does make it 12-12 now, so it is all tied up, and we do still have the one forfeit for the Fighting Muskies that will award the Cardinals 6 points.
And now we got Tanner Walker going head-to-head with our other 165 weight class, Bryce Hessler. And now it looks like Walker's trying to go for the legs, but both of them are descending real low. Who's going to strike first? Looks like it's going to be Hessler. Hessler's got the legs, and he's lifting him up. Walker's walking around on 1 foot. And Hessler's trying to trip Walker, but he's eventually able to do it.
So that will be 2 points for the takedown.
Great work by Hessler there to get the takedown. Now Walker trying to power his way back to his feet. He's already on his knees. And Hessler is trying his best to stop him. Trying to put all the pressure down on his back to keep him from getting back to his feet. Walker trying to does eventually get to his feet and escapes the grapple. But they both ended up out of bounds in the process. But despite that, Walker is still awarded 1 point. So it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Hessler at the moment. Now they're both meet in the middle again. And we got a tie-up here. And Walker's got him on the back already and puts the takedown on Hessler. This junior 165-pound weight class wrestler is bringing his A game here now as he takes the 3-2 lead against the freshman Bryce Hessler. Walker is currently in control on top, and Hessler trying to find a way to get some control. It looks like Walker's going to try to flip him. And Hessler is it looks like he's going to get flipped. No, and Walker's got him to his feet, and he's able to drag him back down to his back. Will he get the pin though? And an eventual escape by Hessler, but not without scoring 4 points in that process. Walker now up 7-2.
Yeah, it was a good job for Walker to keep him on the ground and almost get the pin.
He was close to getting the pin, but he was able to get 4 points for his effort. And first period comes to a close as we got a dominant showing by Tanner Walker this matchup. And it looks like we're going to have our second for our second period. Walker is going to go on top, and Hessler is going to be on bottom. And Walker's got him tied up, trying to put all of his weight on Hessler to keep him from getting to his feet. But Hessler almost did it, but Walker tripped him before it could be officially counted as a point. And Walker trying to get the pin, showing off his athleticism in the process. Well, Hessler is looking for any way to escape, but Walker keeps blocking him. Hessler almost pinned Walker for a second there, but Walker was able to escape, not before scoring another 4 points without me realizing it, making it 11-2. And another great showing for Walker here. Walker is trying to flip Hessler yet again. Trying to grab the support of trying to grab his shoulder and his legs of Hessler to try to flip him on the ground. Looks like a good tie-up, and it's keeping Hessler in a deep bind. No pun intended. And Hessler looks like he's finally trying to find a way to get to his feet. No, wait, Walker might have blocked him there. Not before another point though has been awarded to Walker though. Making a 10-point lead as we only have 10 seconds left to go in the second period. And we got another pin attempt to end the second period. Another 2 points awarded. Score 14-2 as Walker and Hessler go into the final matchup, final period together. Walker could play out the clock if he wanted to, or he could go for the pin. The pin will get the Muskies a 6-point lead and a good insurance when they get to the 197-point class, or he could win by decision and the Fighting Muskies would be up overall-wise by 3 points. Now we got the tie up here. And either way you look at it, Michael, looks like Walker might be walking away from here with a big win. Again, no pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is looking to be able to pick up this victory. There's only a minute left, and he's up by 12 points.
And Hessler's got him on a takedown. It gets an upset pin from out of nowhere as soon as we say that.
Wow, that is true. That is true. Yeah, literally as soon as we say that, we should have knocked on some wood, because right when we said that, Hessler was able to pick up the pinfall victory and get 6 huge points for the Otterbein Cardinals and go up 18-12.
And here we are, the 197 weight class, which ends in a forfeit. And the Muskies now lose another 6 points, making it 24-12 as we approach the our final 2 matches of the day. Or looks like our final match overall, maybe. It's looks to be Cody Jenkins and Kevin Worjiz.
No, we still got one more. We still have one more. This is the 174. This is Griffin Cooley, and it looks like it is Kevin Worjiz. And then it'll be Cody Jenkins up against.
But you wouldn't jump up from the 197, then drop back down to 174. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but there's definitely 2 more wrestlers getting ready to go, because these guys are definitely not 285 pounds. You can just tell.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. And we got, so for our 174, it's Griffin Cooley taking on Kevin Worjiz. the lone senior here for the Otterbein Cardinals, taking on a very decent sophomore. Cooley is able to get to his feet and is looking to try to get the 1-point escape, but he's thrown down by Worjiz. And now Cooley's trying to crawl his way out of bounds to get to freedom. Still, we're in the first period of the 174 weight class between Worjiz and Cooley. And now out of bounds again, and we got another tie-up as Cooley gets to his feet and is able to get the quick escape points, 2-1. Look, as we good showing here for Cooley, and now tie up again, and it looks like Worjiz is going to try to throw down Cooley, but they both maintain control. They maintain the tie-up even though they've been rolling around with each other, literally. And Worjiz is trying to push Cooley. Looks like he's trying to push Cooley out of bounds. They both end up out of bounds anyway. And now both men are ready to go. Meeting up in the middle again. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Worjiz is up against Cooley, 2-1. Worjiz tries to go for a takedown on the leg, but Cooley might have reversed it and just awarded himself 2 points with the reversal. Cooley takes control now. He's on top, and Worjiz is on bottom. Cooley's trying to flip over Worjiz to his shoulders. 30 seconds to go in the first period, and Worjiz is trying to find an escape. Worjiz tries to get to 1 foot, but he's brought down again by Cooley. Looks like the referee might call the match out of bounds again, and there he does as soon as they say that. 10 seconds to go in the first period. 3-2 lead in favor of Cooley after that impressive takedown. And he was able to take the lead. Now Cooley starting off, taking control on top, and Worjiz is trying to find a way to get to his feet, as he wasn't able to do it by the end of the first period, and the score is 3-2. Looks like for this second period, we're going to start off with Worjiz on top and Cooley on bottom. We've seen Cooley escape before, but will we be able to escape this time around? And Worjiz is fighting to keep him down. Cooley's still on his knee. Has got some control as he's on his knees at the very least. Now Cooley's trying to get to 1 foot, but Worjiz is trying to keeping that from happening. And now he's getting 1 foot again, but a quick roll around by Cooley gets an easy escape and 1 point. And he quickly turns it around into a takedown. Now he's going for the pin. And Worjiz is down, and Cooley gets the 6-point victory for the Fighting Muskies. Or the Muskies' third victory of the night. Second if you don't count the forfeit earlier.
Yeah, and Andrew, that actually will make it pretty much a pin or lose scenario for the Fighting Muskies. They need – actually, no, there was another forfeit. We missed out on another forfeit, so this is really
well, that's two forfeits to the Muskies and one for the Cardinals. And now we are definitely on our final matchup of the day. The 285-pound weight class of Cody Jenkins and Nate Temple. Cody Jenkins representing the Muskies. Cody representing the Muskies. Nate representing the Cardinals. Well, both were throwing each other out of bounds and get to start off this 285-pound weight class. They both start off tying each other up. Overall wise, you can't say the Muskies are going to win this as a team, but you could say, but if the freshman Cody Jenkins can pull off the big win here, it could end this match for him and the Muskies on the high note.
Yeah,
I would like to think.
Yeah, they really had a good showing overall. I mean, obviously there's still this one match, but for the most part, without the forfeits, they had a solid night overall.
And now the tie up with Temple and Jenkins. No one's been able to establish control or get a takedown. Looks like neither of them was able to get an attempt in yet. Before it looked like pins were coming left and right pretty fast, but now that we've gotten to the heavyweights, you can imagine you won't see quick takedowns like we saw in the early on. It's probably going to be more slower than that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be slow pace, but they're still obviously trying to go for the takedowns.
Both men trying to test out each other's strength, and it's an even match so far as they've been circling around each other over and over again, tying each other up and then letting go. Right now they're not touching each other. They're just circling around each other. And the first takedown attempt is done, and Jenkins takes advantage against Temple.
And that will be 2 points for Jenkins.
Quickly reversed a takedown attempt by Temple, and now Jenkins is in complete control. Temple trying to get to his feet and powers his way out, and then gets the 1 point. Score now 2-1 in favor of Jenkins. Both men tie each other up. And we are about to hit the final 10 seconds of the first period. You're listening to Muskingum Men's Wrestling, only here on the Orbit 90.7 and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV. I'm Andrew Dunlap along with Michael Pagano here to call the matchup.
As Temple was able to pick up a quick point there before the end of the period to make it a 2-1 matchup as we start the second period.
And now we start off the second period as Temple starts off on top, and Jenkins is going to go on bottom. But Jenkins with a quick power out. A 3-1 lead in favor of Jenkins. Jenkins tried to go for the legs and take him down, but he ended up pushing him out of bounds. And now both men are grappling each other in a tie-up. So far, no control early on in the second period. But we didn't see any control until late in the first period last time out between these two. And now we're getting. It's still a tie-up in the middle. No one has taken control yet. Now we got a little bit of shoving by Jenkins here. Still an even matchup. We got less than a minute to go, and no one's trying to take down like they did in that first period. Maybe Temple has learned his mistake the last time and not going to fall for it again against Jenkins.
Yeah, it's definitely very evenly matched up right now. It's really no action has been going down right now.
But again, that's something we expected from from two big guys that are not known for their speed, but their power. Again, the quick escape, the tie-up, and now the first takedown attempt, another takedown attempt by Temple. At least the first takedown attempt in this period.
Yeah, but it was not able to happen as both men went out of bounds, and there's only 7 seconds left to go in this period, so it will come down to the third period.
And now that the second period comes to a close, and no one scored in that one, but Jenkins is still taking the 3-1 lead in after his impressive showing in the first period. And now for our third and final period of this meet between Muskingum and Otterbein. Jenkins is going to be going on top, and Temple is going to be on bottom. And Temple powers his way to freedom, and as it's a 3-2 lead in favor of Jenkins now.
Yeah, a good escape there by Temple to pick up the point.
But Temple was going to need to bring a takedown on Jenkins if he wants to get the win, steal the win against Jenkins. Looks like we have a correction here. It looks like instead of Cody Jenkins that's playing meeting tonight, it looks to be Garrett Mitchell. Still in the 285 weight class, though.
Yeah, which is a little odd because Cody Jenkins is the one that is bolted out as the 285-pound weight class for today.
Yeah, we were given the wrong non-updated info.
But either way, so now Mitchell is up 3-2 here with only 45 seconds left to go in the period, in the match.
You gotta wonder, will Mitchell be waiting out the clock against Temple, or is he going to try to pick up more points?
Honestly, it looks like he's trying to wait it out.
Yeah, look, he's trying to get some separation against Temple, but Temple goes for the takedown, but Mitchell's trying to reverse it on him, just like he did in the first period, and he does. Just like in the first period, he gets a 2-point takedown on Temple, giving him a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, that is a big-time, really insurance takedown to make it 5-2 with only 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And with that, Mitchell, who we originally thought was Jenkins, picks up the final win of tonight via decision. And with that, the Muskies overall-wise fall to Otterbein Cardinals 30-21.
Yeah,
and with that, we are going to take a quick break. But when we return, we will have your post-game wrap-up. You're listening to Men's Wrestling here on WMCO, Orbit Television, and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like, that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries, or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ANSI Steel Center, home of the Fighting Muskies. And as me, Andrew Dunlap, and my partner, Michael Pagano, we're here live commentating the Fighting Muskies in their first home OAC matchup against the Otterbein Cardinals, where they end up falling 21-30 overall wise. Now, Michael, when we talk about what happened in this matchup, we have to say, even though the scoreboard says it was a loss, I don't know how much we could say it was actually a loss.
Yeah, honestly, without the forfeits, they put up a really good fight against Otterbein. And if you think about it, the one deciding match was the Tanner Walker match when he ended up losing on the pin where he was dominating the whole match. If he ends up picking up a decision, they still don't win, but they come a lot closer than they did. So it was really coming down to those forfeits, which there ended up being more than we thought. I believe there ended up being 2 forfeits for the Muskies instead of the 1 that we originally thought.
I was told that there was going to be one forfeit tonight, but then there turns out to be 2.
Yeah.
And then there's also a forfeit on the Otterbein side as well. We also have to take that into account.
Yeah, we weren't expecting Jordan Burkholder to have a forfeit win at the 125 to start the night. So the Muskies got off to a 12-0 lead to start the night after Slade Stiles had a very dominant win with the pin in the I guess the technical second match of the night, but the first actual match of the night. And the Muskies were looking good, and then they started faltering a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely a great showing for our Fighting Muskies, especially early on. Slade Stiles had an excellent matchup with showing. We had a tough outing for Suthers and Toby Warrington and Kasuba, but Walker was so close to getting some success at for the Muskies. Just that upset from out of nowhere really stunned everyone in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, it definitely did. I mean, to put it into perspective, I mean, obviously we were talking about it, but Tanner Walker was up by 10 points with about 40 seconds left to go. We literally said, what am I trying to say here? We literally said that we pretty much thought he had the win in the bag, and then obviously he ended up getting pinned, and it kind of shocked everybody. So.
Yeah, it was also a great showing for guys like Cody Jenkins and Griffin Cooley, who had a fantastic showing. And putting up. I thought there were points where I thought they were going to come away with a pin victory, but as we got higher in the weight class, it kind of got harder to see a pin situation happening.
Yeah, and that was shown in the last match of the night as Garrett Mitchell took on what would have been Nate Temple, and we thought it was Cody Jenkins originally. Ended up being Garrett Mitchell, but he ended up coming away with the decision win, did Garrett Mitchell. So a good way to end the night. And honestly, if you're Coach Miser, there's not a lot you can be upset with tonight. Obviously, you come away with the loss, but thinking about 4 years ago to where they're at now, they are a competitive team in the OAC now.
and now we take a quick break. But when we return, we will have your players of the game and look forward to what's to come next time out. You're listening to Men's Wrestling for the Fighting Muskies only on WMCO 90.7, Orbit Media TV, and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hello all, and thank you for joining us here on the Orbit 90.7 and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV. I'm Andrew Dunlap, along with my partner for tonight's wrestling meet, Michael Pagano, as we had a very exciting showing against the Otterbein Cardinals. Even though we came up short, we both agree that if the forfeits didn't happen, we would have gotten the big win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they really did have a good showing. I mean, really all the matches were not only close to being wins for the Muskies, they were also just very competitive. There was really no matchup except for maybe one or two that you were really like, wow, whoever we had out there was getting dominated. So for the most part, they had a lot of good showings, and they also had they had 2 pins at least, maybe 3 pins if I'm not thinking of somebody. So overall, they had a pretty good night, although they ended up coming up with the loss.
And then we got to look at our players of the game. I don't know about you, but when I think of who had the biggest success out of anyone tonight, I would go. I would have said Tanner Walker if he didn't get pinned at the very last second. I wanted to say Tanner Walker, but I can't. But so I will give it to the other guy, the guy who actually did score a pin early on in the wrestling meet, Slade Stiles. Right out of the gate in the first period alone, he was able to pick up the quick victory over his opponent, Santino Disapato.
Yeah, I mean, he had a really good night. That is exactly what I was going to say, too. He really dominated that whole entire match. I mean, there's really no shot at all for Otterbein to win that match. I mean, Slade Stiles came out wrestling well on all cylinders, and he ended up having obviously an easy pin and a dominant pin at that.
And then I also do a little, me personally, I do a little bit of a double standard. I give credit where credit's due to our opponents when they shine their best. And this time around, I want to give one to Bryce Hessler for not giving up in the face of adversity of Tanner Walker when he was this close to losing in that match, where all Walker had to do was beat the clock. But Hessler was able to come from behind and get the pin right before clock time ended.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going to say, too. I mean, the fact that he didn't end up losing that match was honestly a little bit of a miracle. I mean, Hessler was able to get Tanner Walker down and shock the whole ANC Steel Center and pick up the pinfall victory. And I mean, I know I was surprised. I knew you were surprised. We literally had just said that we thought Walker was going to be able to come away with the victory. Didn't end up happening, so that is definitely the wrestler of the night for the Otterbein Cardinals.
And now we look ahead to what comes next for our Fighting Muskies. This will unfortunately be the last wrestling meet we're going to be able to call for. Well, we're not scheduled to call another one, but the Muskies are returning on December 7th in a couple days to take on Waynesburg in another big matchup. Not an OAC matchup, but still a very important matchup for them.
Yeah, they need to come away with the victory. They are now sitting at 0-2 in just straight one-on-one matches. They've also obviously played, and I believe it's been 3 tournaments as well. So they need to get their first, I guess it would be dual meet win for the Fighting Muskies. They need to get it, and they need to get it on Thursday when they face Waynesburg.
And with that, we're gonna call it here. I'd like to thank my partner Michael for joining me by my side, and like to thank everyone who's helped out getting this show on the air, and also on our radio side, our ISP for Johnny Newhart. This is Andrew Dunlap signing off. You're listening to Men's Wrestling only on WMCO 90.7 and our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV.